now we'll go back to Dr. Kijwania. Thank you very much.
I'm really sorry for this struggle and it's taking us more time. And distinguished guest here and distinguished guest in the as the participants. I'm from IIT Guwahati, Sunil Kijwania. I'm presently from professor from Physics Department, and I work in optical fiber technology. That's my research field. And from last 2 years, I'm heading Center for Education Technology. Every IIT used to have a Center for Continuing Education or Center for Education Technology that basically runs all the mission projects of the government of India. So I have been given 8 minutes. My time starts from now. I'll just briefly focus upon what we are doing on higher education or on elementary education. I'll just skip this part. Well, I should discuss this part. So what we basically do in CTN, what is our mission, and Center for Education Technology is to achieve highest synergy between education, human development, and technology through collective research, design and development of education pedagogical content, education technology, and collaborative interdisciplinary research work. So this is the center in IIT Guwahati and other IITs also. We are per annum probably we are spending around 7 crores. That basically is funded by the government of India. And I shall just skip this part because time is less. So what the projects which we are running in higher education as well as primary education is NPTEL, which is now converted to MOOCs, Massive Open Online Courses. Actually, the Center for Education Technology in IIT Guwahati started with the start of NPTEL, which was a mission period of Government of India. Then we have developed our own, this is also a Government of India sponsored project where we have developed virtual labs, and that is one of the very important development from IIT Guwahati. And then we have eCalpa, EICT Academy. I think probably if the people from the Northeast might be knowing that last year Honorable Prime Minister visited IIT Guwahati to inaugurate that EICT Academy. Then we are basically in TEQIP, that is Technically Enhanced Quality Education Program, QIP also, and then GIA, which is Global Initiative on Academic Networks. IIT Guwahati has around 13 departments and around 9 centers. And I'm proud to say that IIT Guwahati is the only one IIT which was giving the BTech in design department, so BDES. So it was the only one IIT. Now IIT Bombay has started BDES. Yes, MDES was given by IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, and IIT Guwahati. But design was a very novel program which was encapsulated by IIT Guwahati, and that basically caters the design needs of entire Northeast. In virtual lab, we have developed around 125 experiments. These experiments scatter from around 11, 12 syllabus till BTech level syllabus. So here, what is required by a student sitting across any part of the boundary of the or any country, that he or she should have a internet access. So these experiments are developed in a way that you are not physically touching something, but you are performing the experiment as if you are in the lab. So that was the concept. So these are the basically standard experiments which are part of the any BTech curriculum or BSc curriculum, or recently in some other program we have gone to map syllabus of 11 and 12 also. Then this eCalpa program, where this is basically design department program where we have looked into Northeast and the other countries from South East Indian demand. whatever is the demand or what is the need of these countries. We have collaboration with Myanmar. One of my faculty members having collaboration, and Singapore also. Then GYAN is also another very important program, as Honorable Minister said that we have to have Harvard or all. I spent 2 years. I will not go into details of this presentation. I spent 2 years in Japan, which is University of Tokyo, which is known as MIT of Japan, and almost 3 years in United States. I was given the opportunity to work as a professor there. The difference, yes, they are hardworking, but the kind of application-oriented, like what happens in India, like a teacher marks everything and goes and vomit everything, and the students just they're very casual. No one wants a research scholar. If you ask what is this research scholar, what is your status, he say, I'm just research scholar, get a degree. The component scholar is not emphasized at any point that the urge to get the information, to become a scholar, that basically is missing in present education system. So here, the GYAN was a program where a faculty member of any education can look into where will the technology going on, or what would be need of the technology in futuristic technology, maybe within 10 years or 15 years, and map the need of the technology, look into the global expert who is working or trying to work into that, and then collaborate with that person. And if that collaboration will come out to be in a form of course, and if that is approved by Government of India expert panel, this course will be offered jointly at one of the institutions. May not be IIT, any university also. And that is open for all the students and the faculty members and the industry. So the idea was that to have an international field of teaching in your campus itself. And let me tell you that in last year was the first year of GYAN, and IIT Guwahati had 15 eminent professors from MIT and Harvard and all who visited the campus. Just to mention that when you look into the global ranking of the institutions, we don't see Indian institutions, and one of the biggest component where we lack is the footprint of foreign experts and the students in our campus. So GYAN was to augment the foreign footprint into the Indian education system. I shall skip this part. So as you can see, an Indian expert is shaking the hand academically with an eminent global expert. So I'm sorry that because of less time. So all these are the focus areas of the disciplines where we focus upon, and this is now in GYAN is now in phase 2, and across all institutions in the first phase, around 1,000 plus courses have been offered by various institutions from MHRD, and this is entirely sponsored by Government of India. Entire expenditure of the foreign experts to India, and everything is sponsored by Government of India. And these are some of the courses which we offered. As you can see, the eminent speakers who came here, educationists. Then we developed NPTEL courses, and I think because time is less, the idea was to have a person who is in IT system or ICSI Bangalore, he or she should not be a property of the students who are coming within the physical boundary of IT system. His intellectuality should be accessed by each and every person, because the person who comes to these structures, these institutions are not having their own contribution. I am here because of the contribution of society, and hence I need to serve the society. With that concept, NPTEL started, where all the eminent, it was a central panel which looked into who is eminent person in that field, and the courses were given to develop these courses to these faculty members. These courses are free of the cost, available at NPTEL website as well as on YouTube. Anyone can access these courses. Then later on, government realized that anything which is available free, no one takes value of that. And hence, this was converted to MOOCs, massive open online courses. MHRD last year gave, 15 in fact, released a circular where every university must have at least one open online courses in once year program. So these courses basically are released like a movie every week. These are augmented with the semester system. Every week, 3 lectures are released along with the assignment, and there is a user-friendly interactive window in that channel. So anyone who is registering for this course can directly interact with the person who has developed that courses. And then ultimately the student or the person who is registering for the course can get an academic grade. So this is like IIT Guwahati also has developed 86 video courses, and some of the courses which IIT Guwahati has developed is rated as one of the best courses among NPTEL courses, which were basically developed by IITs and ISA only. So 7 IITs plus 1 IISc Bangalore. So these courses are available. You can anyone can find on these websites. These now last year, so MOOCs basically started as a CSS scheme, central scheme by Government of India last year, and so far IIT Guwahati has given around 20 plus courses. That is what share we have for this one. Then, as probably you would be knowing that 2 years back, our Honorable HRD Minister visited IIT Guwahati and requested that IIT Guwahati should participate into quality improvement program for all the teachers. That was basically focused upon 11th, 9th, 10th and 11th, 12th. And then IIT Guwahati, probably you have seen the news, was the one who signed MOU with RMSA Assam. I was the key person for that one, and since then we are rigorously training. I do not have time, in fact. I will just show you the outcome of the program, which is, okay.
Mr. Kijwania, you're 1.5 minutes.
1.5 minutes, okay, fine. So then afterwards, in 2014, on the birth date of Madan Mohan Malviya, when he was given Bharat Ratna Award, Madan Mohan Malviya mission was started, and under that, various Government of India asked for various ideas in basic education and higher education, and where one of the component among that mission was to establish Center for Excellence in Science and Mathematics Education. And the plan was to have 7 such centers across India, but only 2 were allowed by government, means approved by Government of India. One was with IISc Bangalore and one was with IIT Guwahati. So what we do, this Madan Mohan Malviya mission has taken the scale of this quality improvement program of basic teaching and technical teaching to very high levels. So the Assam was completely focused on 9th, 10th and 11th, 12th, and here we have got to BTech and BSc level. And so we have created eminent pool of the experts from across the globe, across the states of India. And as you can see, so in this we have integrated Department of Higher Education, state universities and degree colleges, the state RMSA, 11th, 12th that we're coming into, and then 9th, 10th. And IIT Guwahati basically focusing upon 13 states, and so far the present status is that we have -3, all the states we have signed MOU with. So here we are integrating ourselves with the eminent pool of experts from IIT and outside IIT to focus upon the quality development program for we're developing, in fact, lots of pedagogical things, lots of teaching skills. We have developed around 100 plus experimental things, setups where a very involving concept can be shown in very easy manner. So idea is that just feel something before going to learn something. So I think I have overcrossed the time, so I just end up here with motto of what we are doing. This is all the way we are developing we are running our quality improvement program for the teachers and the higher education program. I shall skip some of the challenges where I just added here right now, but knowledge needs to be created, invented, knowledge needs to be experimented, knowledge needs to be shared. The student might be having knowledge more than a teacher, but lacks the experience, the teacher. So what basically requires is virtual dissolution of physical boundary institutions. And that way I invite all, because there are CLMV countries represented here, so we have signed rigorous MOUs with many of the countries like Sri Lanka and the African countries, where the students are coming and registering in various programs at IIT Guwahati. We have very active exchange program. We have signed MOUs with plus 100 countries across the globe. This is very active, where students are being exchanged, faculties are being exchanged. So in that, we invite from IIT Guwahati all the eminent people who can help us out in terms of extending our border to their own countries. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you, Mr. Kijwania, for introducing us to exciting possibilities using technology, and also about the very interesting things you're doing at IIT.